I'm sorry, but I simply cannot stay quiet any longer. Women, you have got to stop dating ugly men. You've got to stop. You are setting feminism back years. I am so sick of walking down the street and seeing the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life with just some guy with a solid 4. Like, I understand that you value charity work, but sis, go to a soup kitchen. Enough is enough.
She belongs to the streets.
In Germany, if you did not know, it's really common here for when two people go on a first date that they split the bill. So like the woman pays her portion and the man pays his portion. And the other thing about that is that on the date, you're only going to pay for what you consume. So let's say I got a margarita for $8 and he just got water, free water. When the total bill comes out, it's very common for the man or whoever to be like, hey, I didn't drink that margarita, so I don't want to split it like that. I want to pay for what I ate. So I went to the internet to try to figure out why is it like this, because this is not like how it is in America. It's very different. And apparently I can't read because I can't come to understand why. So you telling me you asked me out on a date. You told me I was beautiful. You invited me out to dinner. You're telling me how much you want to marry me and you want me to have your first children. And you tell me when the waiter comes out with the bill, after you said you was going to build a house with your own bare hands for me, and the waiter comes out with the bill and you look at me like this. So are you going to pay? What?
Imagine this being your mother, and you see a video like this 20 years from now. It always amazes me how some women don't want to go 50-50ths for a meal, but are happy with 50-50ths in a divorce.
How do you feel if your wife was to be very exposed when she's going out?
If she's with me, I don't mind it that much.
But if she's not with you, going out with the girls?
I mind.
So if she was to dress up with like a lot of skin showing, you tell her to change?
I mind.
I respect my man. I don't do that. Because if I go out dressed a certain way, I know I'm looking for some kind of attention that I'm not looking for. I'm committed to him and only him. I don't do that.
Men humble themselves every day for and to be with a woman. This, women, is how you show your appreciation. Be only for him.
So what about the women that didn't choose to raise a kid on their own?
Of the 50+% divorce rate, women are filing 70-80% of all divorces. Women are choosing to wreck their own homes every day. Men are not choosing to wreck their own homes and make women single parents. That's a choice that women are making.
Why? Because their husbands are trash, treating them badly?
Now here we go with the ad hominem stuff. This is the same stuff that's been piped into the culture forever. That when a woman chooses to break her home, it's always the man's fault.
Victim card. They can't take responsibility for what they do. They blame, and they run.
Don't need men to protect me. I've protected myself.
Actually, you do need men to protect you.
Really? From who? Other men? Because I can't tell you how many times I've protected myself.
So, two things. First, you absolutely do need men to protect you. This may be by proxy, either through the military or through law enforcement officers. I'm assuming if somebody you know were to be murdered, you would not just protect yourself, you would not investigate it yourself, you would appeal to who? Primarily men who are in law enforcement.
I would appeal to law enforcement as a whole, not to specifically men in law enforcement. I can tell you, if I need protection, if I own a gun, I don't need your muscles. I can handle it. Here's the thing. I need tools. I don't need men. I need tools, and men hoard all the tools and resources, so I have to ask you guys for those tools.
Tell us you'll never be married and will always be single, without telling us you'll never be married and will always be single.
I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to find someone that makes them happy. I want everybody to live a beautiful life that they want for themselves. I don't wish ill on anybody, but I can't stand the delusion. Now we all got to sit here and we got to be like, oh yeah, this is great. This is somebody who could get 95% of guys. And imagine going through life with that sense of delusion. Like we see it, and this is an extreme example, but when women walk around like that, imagine walking around thinking, I could get 95% of guys. How many guys are you telling no to because you think you're better than them? Are you? Or is it in your head? Just think about it. If you don't want to wind up alone, you have to have a realistic assessment of what you bring to the table, of your looks, of your capabilities, of what you're willing to do in a relationship, of your character. All of it.
Stripped of their nice clothes, makeup, nails, hair, with just their character, they are not desirable. In fact, many are just mean, angry, and broken. Kindness, a sweet disposition, the ability to laugh, and a love of life are far more attractive than boobs and butts.
Men always just want virgins that hadn't had sex with anyone and are really good girls. Like, you want younger women as well, so it's like that whole predator vibe. So
what if I said women are stupid, can't make money, short, and weak because they want a guy that makes more money than them, taller than them, more confident, ambitious, etc.? That would be ludicrous, wouldn't it? We don't shame female preferences. Okay? When a woman says, I want a man that's tall, makes money, etc., you go, girl, you deserve it. That's your preferences. If I say, I want a girl that's not a hoe, that has some sexual temperance, isn't going to embarrass me when I walk in a room, beautiful, young, etc. That's considered, oh, that's toxic and masculine. We demonize male preferences, but we don't demonize female preferences.
She's the toxic one with her predator vibes comment.
How are you supposed to move on from your person when you know that they're your person and for whatever reason you can't be together? But how are you supposed to just make that decision and just be with someone else when you don't want to be with anyone else, you know? Like, it's just really difficult.
I heard someone say this one time and it always stuck with me. Closure is a gift that you give to yourself, not something you should seek from someone else.
Please pay attention. I said, do you want a guy that's going to be monogamous to you?
Yes.
A provider?
Yeah.
A protector?
Yes.
Your emotional rock?
Yes.
You want a traditional man?
Yeah, I do.
Are you a traditional woman?
I am.
No, you're not. You got OnlyFans.
Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway. Nope.
I mean, but that's not my only source of income.
Yeah,
I have many sources.
That's irrelevant. You're
Like,
still not a
OnlyFans is
traditional
not
woman.
my career. It's one of my incomes, but
Okay,
it's not my career.
it's irrelevant because you're still not a traditional woman, but you want a traditional man in return.
You're a damaged goods lady.
So this is the Mitchell Report, where we tackle some of the hottest topics in the world of sports. And did you guys hear about the story of this cheerleader who got ejected after an on-court altercation with a college basketball player? I'm going through this story. Man, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right into this. So, Mississippi Valley State and Alabama AMU, they were tied at 63 with just over 3 minutes left to play in their conference game following two made free throws. But on the inbounds pass, Alabama A&M's Dalen Smith, I believe is his name, got a bit too close to a cheerleader while she was trying to do a stunt on the baseline. It appeared that Smith made contact with the cheerleader, who immediately looked back to see who had hit her. And she didn't forget it. When Mississippi Valley State took the ball back down the court and the whistle from a referee had stopped the play, she walked on the court and confronted the player that she had got tangled up with.
You know something is wrong with society when a cheerleader thinks she's more important than the game. Thanks for watching Sigma Traits. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything.